I'm really happy to introduce now MySpace, another huge social network. And I have a great pleasure to have with us today Mike Jones, who is the CEO of MySpace, and Monica Keller, who is architect of the stream, to join me on stage. So, Mike and Monica, welcome. Mike, Monica. Oh, you're here actually, Mike. Sorry, you're on this side.
Oh, thanks.
Yes, Monica. So, welcome, Mike. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much. My name is Mike Jones. I'm the Chief Operating Officer at MySpace. And today we have a few interesting announcements as well. And it'll be primarily focused around MySpace's efforts on our real-time stream and real-time search APIs. So how large is MySpace? To give you a quick history, MySpace right now accommodates over 110 million users every month. It's a massive behemoth site that obviously is global. And we have over 46 million events in the stream that basically summarize all the activities happening at MySpace at any one time. Those activities are both associated with status and mood posts, where people are obviously inputting in what they're doing at their exact moment in time. But also, it's a series of activities that people have created through their interactions within MySpace. So it might be people posting blogs or creating events. There's a series of music-related actions where people create their own playlists, share songs, and add songs to their playlists. It's a rich activity stream that basically makes up the heart and soul of MySpace. That activity stream is supported by a massive amount of technology, growing at a daily rate of 6.3 terabytes. So you can imagine that the infrastructure needed to support that level of real-time data happening inside MySpace is incredible. And because MySpace has a rich technical history, we've gotten to a point where we've scaled very effectively at handling that much data. So let's talk a little bit about MySpace and the real-time stream. What we'd like to announce today is that MySpace is going to be opening up its public stream for all consumption. This means that out of the 46 million events that flows into our stream every single day, the majority are public. And those public events will now be opening up for anyone to grab and create their own applications and experiences around. What this means to you specifically is that you'll have unrestricted access with no volume restrictions to consume all of MySpace's public data that's flowing through its stream. We're not only doing it unrestricted, but we're also using push technology. What that means is that when you subscribe to MySpace's stream, you'll be able to receive 100% real-time data without any delays as far as when actions are inputted or happen on MySpace and then are delivered to you as a subscriber to MySpace's stream. It's a big step forward in the real-time movement and truly allows you to create real-time experiences around streams such as MySpace's. We have a few partners we worked with initially on the launch. On Monday, we announced that our stream would be a big portion of Google's real-time stream offering. This allows Google full access, just as we're offering other partners, to MySpace's data within the stream, and allows them to create that and put that inside their search results. We've also partnered with OneRiot, which was mentioned earlier as well. They're an incredible company doing innovative things around real-time search, and they also are starting to parse information and create trend and predictive algorithms on top of what's happening in the real-time landscape. We've also been working with Groovy Networks. Groovy has a database technology that basically allows developers to have a platform where they can ingest large volumes of this live data. So if you're thinking of creating an application or looking at working with any of these large volume real-time streams, you can go ahead and work with a platform like Groovy, and they'll take a lot of the weight off of your own development efforts. And we're obviously next looking to work with you. So this is a very open effort for MySpace, full open access to MySpace's public data, unrestricted volume. And we really see that this leads to endless possibilities in how people might create applications within MySpace. Although the initial demos, when we started talking with partners, were around things like, how do we create systems that show music trending and activities within what's happening within the MySpace overall, I think that as we see people create new applications as far as prediction, trending, and other kind of amalgamated actions on top of the real-time stream, that becomes a big part of it. We created some simple visuals that basically show the real-time stream flowing to, in this case, just a mapping environment that basically is showing status and mood posts only. And this is just a very, very small subset of our data that's basically flowing here and just giving you kind of a quick real-time view. We also worked with Groovy Networks to create this interesting map. Maybe you can refresh it so people can kind of see it loading in. But basically, it's a simple application that allows you to filter at the top and actually select photos, videos, songs, blurbs, and moods that start flowing in on a real-time basis. And in order to basically show exactly how fast this can be, we actually have speed panels and the ability to kind of drill in on individual objects. These are very, very basic samples of just applications that are just receiving this large volume of data. And obviously, this is completely live data, so you never know what you're necessarily going to see on these screens, on these demos. But they're fun to play with, and we'll be releasing some URLs and some code that basically allow people to kind of play with applications like these. I think in the future, though, the applications that we'll see that will be most innovative aren't ones that just expose what's happening on a real-time basis, but ones that take this giant volume of real-time data and come to conclusions around them, which is what I'm actually most excited about seeing. So I'm going to turn this over to Monica for a few minutes to talk a little bit about the technology that's powering this real-time stream offering.
Thanks, Mike. Hi, I'm Monica Keller. I'm Group Architect on the Stream. And I'm here to talk about other additional APIs that we're launching. So as part of this project, we're launching 3 new open search APIs. So you now will be able to search for people, images, and videos, all powered via open search. So you'll be able to search for people by their name, their email address, and you'll also be able to restrict it to certain types of profiles, like bands or comedians or filmmakers. You will also be able to search images and videos using the tags, the title, and the description. The next APIs that we're opening is a group of APIs that give you basic information about a person. Before using MySpace ID, you needed to get the access token for a user. That means that they needed to install your application for you to get any information about them. What we're doing today is we're going to give basic public information about the user. Users on MySpace enjoy broadcasting. They enjoy broadcasting themselves. So this is a good strategy for us. So we're going to give public access to a user's activity stream and their profile. OK, and then another thing that we're doing is we're launching new sharing APIs. We have the ability to upload photos into MySpace, and we have the ability to write status updates. And now we're launching the ability to write directly into the stream. So previously, you needed to do it from a browser. You needed to launch a pop-up to be able to write into the MySpace activity stream. We have enhanced our privacy controls. So what we're allowing you to do today is do a server-to-server request to write into the MySpace stream. And finally, if you're showing MySpace users the stream on your website, then another API that we think is complementary is the ability to interact with that content, to add comments to what you're seeing. So we're launching also an API to simply write comments back into the stream. And finally, just to recap, the real-time stream API is the most important for us. It's a complete push technology. We're not storing the data anywhere. As soon as the user does an action, uploads a photo, or likes a song on MySpace, it will immediately go out on the stream. And yes, of course, users do have the ability to opt out of the service, but we think they're going to be really excited about broadcasting all of their content. Once again, let me go through this real quick. So if you're familiar with the MySpace ID platform and our efforts around open standards, we continue to pursue open standards. So not only are we opening up the public stream, we're also doing this using PubSub Hubbub. It's an emerging standard, and we're using it so that the pushes from MySpace to subscribers are done using HTTP posts, and it matches the same way the pushes are done with PubSub Hubbub. And we're looking to complete the full PubSub Hubbub implementation within the next couple weeks. The reason why we didn't launch with a full PubSub Hubbub implementation right away is because we just have such massive data and such variety of data that we needed to provide a subscription API that allow you to select by activity types, the sampling size, because it's hard to consume this big amount of data. So you want to say, hey, give me the fire hose, but give it to me at a rate of 10%. Or I am only interested in music. Or I'm only interested in what people are doing in Paris. So you can do that with our subscription API. So we'll have the subscription API, and then in the next couple weeks, we'll have PubSub Hubbub for just regular personal feeds of of activities. And with that, I'll hand over to Mike.
Thanks. Oh, I don't need that.
Yeah.
So that's a big deal for us. I mean, allowing developers who want to consume this large volume of data to select the exact type of events that they want is a very, very big deal because it allows you to have a lot of control over the applications and the content that you receive. And this was a big ask when we talked to people who were building applications that were built on real-time data sets. The other half of the announcement is also talking about our post-to application. So if you aren't familiar, we have a post-to application that allows anybody on any website to add a small script that drops content back onto MySpace. We've rebuilt it from the ground up. And now what Post2 does is it immediately injects that content right into the stream. So if you're a publisher and you have content and you want to share that content, using MySpace's Post2 application will immediately inject that content in the stream, which will then flow out through MySpace's real-time stream API, which means that anybody that ends up submitting content into MySpace will see massive traffic redistribution through the partners that are now beginning to ingest this real-time stream API. So it creates a larger broadcasting platform for users to use MySpace and gather larger audiences, which obviously, with our presence with bands, musicians, and artists, becomes a really, really big part of their relationship with MySpace. In addition to that, we're today announcing that we are having a developer challenge. So over the next few weeks, we're putting together a $50,000 purse that basically will be divided among a set of developers who will be able to use these applications and these APIs to create new innovations on top of MySpace. This will be both for on-site applications and off-site applications. There'll be a small panel of judges, and obviously the contest submissions begin on January 4th. It's all available at developer.myspace.com, which is our primary development website. And we did also announce that we're all relaunching that site as well. So I'm not sure how Twitter and us got so in sync. It's amazing. But so our new developer website is much easier to use. We use a large wiki platform as well to manage all of our APIs. But today we're announcing a much simpler website to go in and find those APIs and consume them and bring them to your applications. So overall, I think MySpace, in summary, is working heavily on these open initiatives. It's a big part of our long-term strategy. Not only that, but looking at content being inserted into MySpace to live beyond the walls of MySpace.com, and really taking a big step towards the real-time stream movement and allowing MySpace's stream, which again is massive. We're talking about 46 million updates a day flowing through MySpace's stream, the majority of which are public that can be subscribed to. This amount of data should definitely put a huge amount of power underneath anybody that's looking at link trending, data trending, or any other real-time applications. So we're very, very excited about it and feel like it's going to take a big step forward for MySpace and hopefully fuel a set of innovations within startups like yourself as well as other companies. So thank you. That's all I have.